Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Okay, Bleach time. Today I'm gonna be doing something. I'm gonna be going to this job fair thing and all that stuff. Keeping me a lot of busy. Bleach chapter 540. The Five Swords. This one was fucking crazy. This was pretty crazy. Pretty much this reveal, like, huge reveal at the end. The beginning part, we've got Ichigo, Maya, saying, let's get this party started. Jal and, I can't start saying what he's saying. And basically, 5 girls show up out of the blue, which, they're Zanbakutos, females. One of them we met before, his assistant. And they just beat the shit out of him and come out of nowhere and say, oh, what's all the hissy? Says Nemea's private escort team is in the hizzy. And I'm like, and that's when he starts, he doesn't absorb it, Nemea. He just grabs it. The Asuchi of Ichigo's Asuchi, which is the hollow one. Brings it in, and one of the assistants just blows flames on it, and it's basically the more or less forging of a sword. You know, that's pretty much what this is. And we've got her blowing fire on it, and then one of them is saying, "This is so lame, selling my hands, throw some things like this, you know." And this girl saying, "Selling our and everything." It's kind of stupid. And then one girl's got a hair, and she brings it out. She gets the sword out. And then this was weird. This one girl, she takes out her tooth. And it turns into a hat. I'm like, what was that? That was insane. So she gets it. And she gives it to Nemea. And he basically takes off his shades and says, it's time to get busy. And we got Plato Pays, Sword 5. He starts banging it and banging it and banging it. And then he starts talking to Ichigo about what's going through your head, Ichigo. And he makes a slight comment, Ichigo, about him not make more sense to wear his sunglasses and take them off when doing this. And he says, if I had my shades on now, it wouldn't be able to catch the flames. You dig? And he says, did you notice, Ichi-chan, the reason why this turned whiter than snow on your touch? The hollow within me. So basically what he's saying is, Nemea is, that's the hollow inside of him. That's how it turned white and everything. It's basically his inner hollow, and that's what his sword is going to be, his Zanbakuto is going to be based on. More or less. And he says, you finally dig? This hollow is Ichi-chan's Zanbakuto. And then he goes into details about Aizen, artificially made from a pile of Shinigami souls, was named White. Oddly enough, that's also how my Asuchis are made. And he's going into details that emerged with Ichigo-chan's Shinigami powers, and he's saying that it is true Zanbakuto. So basically, already, this is revealed, but then a big reveal comes later. This is Ichigo's Zanbakuto. It's hollow. His hollow self merged with his Zanbakuto. And that's the logistics of it. At least that's what is being said here in this chapter. And he says, this is true Zanbakuto. Bingo. The other dude you've been chilling with, up till now he's been inside your soul, that dude's been faking the funk. That line was so funny. I was like, faking the funk? I'm like, what? Stream, really? He says, faking the funk. He's just been pretending to be your Zanbakuto. And he's talking about Old Man Zangetsu. here's the thing. When Bach was first introduced, I said to myself, he looks a lot like Zangetsu. Think about that. He looks a lot like Zangetsu. So we see Zangetsu on the next page, and he says, he said, the man is asking him, you know that dude? Yeah, of course he's Zangetsu. Wrong. Try again. Look closer. You should be able to connect all the dots by now. The dude who's been standing in front of you has been trying to pull the wool over your eyes. He's the man that currently has Soul Society running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And that's when the realization comes in that that is not Ichigo's Shinigami powers, that's your Quincy powers. That's right there. It's Yuha Bach from 1,000 years ago. And that's where the chapter ends. So, I mean, I had a feeling. I'm not going to say it was a complete surprise, because I had a feeling. Because you go back to the very beginning when Bach was brought in, and I thought to myself, wait a minute, he looks awfully like Zangetsu. I was like, you know? Oh, by the way, this gets a 4.5, almost a perfect score. And I was just thinking to myself, man, this guy, he looks like Zangetsu. Almost completely like him. And I thought of it, saying to myself, like, man, could it be true that he's connected some way? Well, he was connected in some way. So pretty much what this means is that Zangetsu was never Ichigo's Shinigami powers. It was never his Zanbakuto. That old man Zangetsu. He was his Quincy powers. And it's kind of funny because there have been instances where, call out his name and all that stuff from the beginning of Bleach to the Roncar arc. It's like, god damn. But now you think about it. When did Ichigo achieve Bankai? It all makes sense. Because even though it was... his hollow powers were supposed to be his Zanpakuto. It makes sense. Now, his Zanpakuto is white. So, that's going to bring out other things. And this is probably going to bring up a bunch of other doors opened. Doors are going to be open for this whole situation. Because now, things are going to occur. He's going to have to train again. Shikai form, Bankai. I mean, along those lines probably. So, yeah. But this was kind of a shock to me. But at the same time, I thought to myself, oh, shit. Kind of knew. It was in the back of your mind. It was in the back of your mind. You said to yourself, wait a minute. Something doesn't add up here. Why does Bach look like Zangetsu? Why? Well, now we have our reason. Now, as we go forward with this, who knows? Hey, it's all up in the air at this point, people. Because now he knows this. Those were his Quincy powers. That was his, that's what it was. It wasn't a realization of his Shinigami powers, Zangetsu. It was his Quincy powers. It's kind of funny because, the entire time he was with Zangetsu and, all this other stuff. I mean, aside from Philip, talking canon only. Yeah. It was so strange when you think about it. It's like, damn. And there's also another thing I want to bring up about this situation. If you really think about Ichigo's Shikai in the beginning of this show, of Bleach, you notice how one Part of it was black and part of it was white. That also comes into fruition on this. Because of the fact of what the hollow in the past was, what colors it was. It was black and kind of white in a way. So that's another thing that forms up Ichigo's powers. Now, obviously, this is going to be a whole different kind of thing going on now. Ichigo's going to get a new sword now. New abilities, new everything. My guess? I don't want to speculate, but possibility. I know this was a big thing on people when Kubo did the Ronka arc and the fake Kurt Town arc. Ceros. Remember, this is from his hollow side. That's what his Zanbakuto is going to be of. So you gotta wonder, could it be that that's what's going to happen? He'll be able to shoot Ceros. But that's a little too far in. We obviously have to wait and see on that fact for it to develop. But he'll get his new Zanbakuto probably by the end of next week's chapter, I think. We'll see how it goes. But this was a you know? I'll say this, of the big three, this one and One Piece, One Piece came back, people. I'm going to do that chapter later on tonight. When I get back from this thing I'm doing today. But Bleach and One Piece were huge this week, I think. But Bleach more. But, yeah. Tell me what you guys think. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Even though it's kind of half-ass. Ceros now. You know? Ceros. I think so. Because of the situation. And this was, like I said, and last thing I'm going to say in this review, and I'll end it. Saw it coming. But it was more of not like right in front of my face. I put it in the back of my mind. It was in the back of my mind, and I said to myself, wow, Yuha Block looks a lot like Zangetsu. What is up with that? Now we have our answer. So, things are going to get really fucking crazy next week. I'm Bonkai922. I will see you guys later. Crazy chapter of Bleach. Ugh, unbelievable. Before I end this, I will say one thing. Expect a good live stream coming up tonight, Thursday night, for Times of Darkness. It's going to be something interesting. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm Bonkai922. I'll see you guys later. Zangetsu is back. 1,000 years ago. Damn.